Hello, my friends. God bless each and every one of you. I'm in my car again, obviously. I'm on my way to work. It is the 13th day of June. It is Saturday. It's about going on 20 after 9 in the morning. And I'm trying to get up to get this done before the heat of the day. So, as you get older, that heat really starts wearing on your body. Alright, I'm just going to get into this. I'm not going to, beat around the bush. Obviously, we all know what's going on in this country. We all know what's happening in these cities. We see the absolute disrespect for law, disrespect for order. And the sad part about it is these government officials are letting them get away with it. They're bowing to their needs. They're delivering them food and water so they can maintain their hold over these areas in Seattle and these uprisings throughout the different cities in America. I was thinking about that, and I thought, this is nothing but a spiritual war. Good versus evil, light, darkness, whatever way you want to, categorize it. It is absolutely the devil cutting loose, having an opportunity to cause chaos, distress, dysfunction. We know in the Bible, the Lord tells us a house divided cannot stand. You might as well put a nation in that. You might as well just say a nation divided cannot stand. Any time you've ever seen this happen within a country, it's always toppled within a period of time. Now, these people want to do away with our form of governing. They say it is rotten. They say it is evil. They want to do completely, not get rid of some law and order stuff or the police. They want to get rid of capitalism from the root and cut it out completely. But the thing is, they want to replace it with the most evil form of governing that's ever existed in the history of mankind, that has more deaths associated to this form of governing than any other form or way of governing a citizens or a nation, and that is communism. These people, this is what they want. Listen, they can call it socialism or whatever ism they want. The bottom line, it all boils down to communism. And my friends, this is truly evil versus good. This is truly darkness versus light. Now, we know the devil has certain domain over this earth. We know God has given the devil certain leeways, if you want to call it that, upon this earth. And he's using every bit of that to pit one against the other. And of course, it doesn't help when you have a media and you have the largest political party, which in this case is the Democratic Party, that is absolutely doing nothing but throwing gasoline on the fire. They are not trying to solve these problems. They see this as a way to remove Donald Trump from the White House, his administration from the White House, and they can place their own puppet in there and can control him and get whatever they want. Open borders, abolishing the Second Amendment, doing away with the anthem, which they consider racist, just dismantling the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. These are not things that I'm just pulling out of the air to speak on a video. These are things that have been consistently spoken about by many, many powerful leaders and people within the Democratic National Committee within these United States of America. I'm not making this stuff up. the other day, I found this very odd, if you want to say that. Joe Biden made a statement the other day, when I win in November, I know President Trump is not going to accept the results of the election, so therefore I will most likely have to get the army to remove him from the White House. What struck me odd in that statement was not if I win, or the possibility of winning, when I win. The key word in that sentence is when, W-H-E-N, when I win, like it's already a foregone conclusion that it's already done. Like they've already got it set up, whether they're going to take him out or whatever it is. I don't know, but I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe God put Donald Trump in that Oval Office, and I believe only God can remove him. I truly believe that. I believe the prophecy of Kim Clement, who I've said on here many, many times, where he said Donald Trump would serve 2 terms. But you know what? As evil as America has gotten with all this stuff, and with them closing the churches and then refusing to open them up when they've let liquor stores remain open from day one. They've let adult pornographic bookstores stay open from day one. They've let, I don't even want to go on, but they've let a lot of disgusting, perverted things remain open, but they sealed our churches shut. You know, God might just very well say, you know what? And God can change his mind. He created this earth. He created the heavens and everything in it. He can very well change his mind, and he can very well remove his hand completely from these United States of America, and Donald Trump would no longer be president, and these evil, dark, lawless, godless people could gain control that they thirst for so bad. They're like rabid animals thirsting for the power. They have to have that power, and it's just unbelievable. And God might just say, you know what? I've had it. America, you've gone off course so far. You veered off from the path of righteousness so far. You've turned your back on me and my son Jesus Christ so much that you're going to get what you want. You're going to get it. And believe me, my fellow brothers and sisters in the Lord and others that are watching, it's not going to be a good day. It's not going to be a good time at all. We have a responsibility in this nation to call out what's wrong, but now we cannot do that because we are to be ashamed of the color of our skin. You have FBI agents kneeling down to black people and apologizing for something they had no control over or nothing to do with hundreds of years ago. This is where they have taken this. This is how far the hatred has just ingrained itself into American society. It has literally weaved itself in like a vine weaves its way around a tree limb. It just wraps itself around to the point that it just strangles the life out of that limb or out of that tree. It takes the nutrients. It takes the sustenance of that tree. This is what's happened to America by letting these perverted, hateful, unadulterated, pure hate take hold. First it festered, and then it just took hold in this nation. This is what's going to bring America down. As I said at the beginning, we have the media just throwing fuel right on this fire. We have the Democrats throwing fuel right on this fire. They want chaos. They want destruction. They want rioting, because if they didn't, they'd be calling these people out. These rioters, who they refuse to call rioters or looters, they call them protesters. You have CNN saying that or actually was Jim Acosta, saying, you know, throwing a brick didn't hurt nothing but a building, and that is their right to protest, and if that's the way they want to do it, we have no right to tell them no. No, that's breaking the law, Mr. Acosta. That's breaking the law, no matter how you might see it in your warped, perverted, godless mind. That is breaking the law. And remember, God tells us we are to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's and follow the laws of the land. It doesn't mean we just go off and do what we want because it doesn't fit our political narrative. This is where we're at in 2020, in the month of June, on the 13th day. This is where we're at. I don't know what this nation will be like on the 13th day of June 2021. If God keeps his hand upon this nation, then Donald Trump will remain in the Oval Office, and we will get back to somewhat of a normal United States of America. But if God removes his hand, and that senile gentleman by the name of Joe Biden, who over 50 years has accomplished nothing other than sell his seat for greed, will be the president, and then you can just say bye-bye to this republic. I remember one of the last speeches Barack Obama gave at a breakfast or something in Washington, D.C., and he made a funny joke, which they all laughed at and was real smarmy. He said, the republic is dead. And they all laughed. It wasn't a joke. They knew what was being said. They knew exactly what was being said. All right, I've gone 12 minutes more than I wanted to go. I get to talking about this stuff, and I see the country that I love, obviously that I grew up in, and it just literally appalls me at what I'm seeing and what's being allowed to be done. And if the shoe was on the other foot, this is such hypocrisy. If the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be screaming to have us put in jail, and it would happen. It would happen. One final thing. To Governor Cuomo, who took a Bible in his hand probably for the first time in his life last week. Nancy Pelosi, the same thing. And they were talking about lives, how precious lives are, our seniors' lives, how precious. And that's true. That's absolutely true. But the hypocrisy that come out of their mouth was absolutely monumental, because they are one of the ones that are the huge backers of Planned Parenthood and the murdering that they do on a daily basis. It's almost like a machine now. They got it down cold. And that gentleman that was holding that Bible, Governor Cuomo, signed the first bill in the law in January of 2019 to make abortion legal up till due date. And Nancy Pelosi was one of the biggest backers of that bill and was so happy when that went through for New York. Was so proud of New York for passing a bill to give the woman the right to kill her child up until the due date. And you wonder why I say God very well may remove his hand from this nation. Every time I say something like that, I want you to think about the 60 million infants that this nation has murdered since the year 1973. Remember, 60 million. I live in a small state of about 3 million. That's what? 4 times, 5 times, 6, 8, 10, 12. My math is poor, but you know what I'm getting at. It's multiple times. That's how many it's been killed. World War II, there was estimated of 50 million deaths in World War II. We've killed more. 60 million and counting. And you wonder why I say, is God taking his hand off this nation? We'll find out on November 3rd. And I pray Kim Clement's prophecy stays true. Because again, God can change a direction. He can change the path. Very easy. He created this world and everything in it, and he can change something when he wants. He is our creator. And his son, Jesus Christ, went to that cross and died for you, me, every one of our loved ones, past, present, future, and all the ones that's out here. It's just sad that so many deny him. So many deny him. That's the sad part about it. That's all I got. I'm riled up now. I'm ready to get out and go to work in this sun. So thank you. If you like my video, please hit subscribe. Hit the like button. I'm trying to grow this channel. I know these channels are not popular on YouTube. Anything with the Christian content, especially when someone tells the flat out truth and has the Bible to back it up. These channels are not big. They don't grow very well unless it's some kind of, big mega church that's running it. Other than that, these little tiny channels like mine really struggle. So even one person that subscribes is an absolute thrill to me. I absolutely have a thrill when I see that. And thank you to every one of you. God bless. Have a wonderful Saturday, and I hope to see you in church tomorrow. Bye-bye.